Hello, I'm with Simon Lane after a defeat at Canvey Island. 3-2, were we the better team?
I'd say by far. I think the evidence is clear out there. First half, by far the better team. Second half is a little bit more even, but it's just unbelievable this season how many times the opposing goalkeeper has been man of the match against us. That's 7 really unbelievable saves he's made there. Yes, we could have finished better, there's no question about that, and that's been a problem all season for us. Quality final third, but
There were 2 saves in particular.
Yeah, but
for McKay, Mr. Jackson.
Unbelievable. I mean, he's a big old unit, and he stretched himself every bit there to keep us out when it seemed certain we would score. But literally, I've counted at least 7 good, high-quality chances, one-on-ones. We're 4 yards out, and he's stretched himself. There's one that's going into the far corner, and how he's managed to get his hand to that, I don't know. And then, the referees intervened twice for penalties. The first one was ridiculous. He pulled our guy down, yet we get the penalty given against us, and this is what happens to you when you're down there trying to fight and scrap for points. Luck's a factor in football, there's no question. I haven't blamed it at all this year, but today it was a factor, no question. The effort the boys put in, quality we produced, the adherence to the plan was all really good. You can talk about our budget and all that sort of stuff, but we're here dominating good teams again for portions of the game, and it should be enough to win it. But Lady Luck's played a part today, there's no question.
It leaves us second from bottom, 10 points off safety. Do you still believe we can get out?
We do. Well, you see it for yourself. We put on performances like that, then it's more than doable. But we've given ourselves a situation, given ourselves a hill to climb. Obviously, we've done it before last year, albeit the league is harder this year. There's no question about that. And so every game is harder, and we have the same situation in terms of our economics, but we're still fighting. And one thing you can say about this team, we might lack quality in both boxes at times, but the effort is there, the desire to work for this club and give everything is there, and they couldn't have given any more today. I mean, we've thrown the kitchen sink at the end there, and they've worked their socks off every minute of the game, and I know the stats. I can see how much they're running for this club, so I'm not going to be too critical of them. But we've suffered from a lack of quality this year in both boxes. Better in our own box this year, today, with the experience back there. But then the ref intervenes, and we've conceded 3 goals.
So I mean, are the constraints you're working within the same as the back end of last season, or are they worse?
They are, but the issue this year is that the league's higher in quality. There's not a team you'd say, we're much better than, or whereas that, in terms of correlation to budget. So with the influx of the teams into the league, both coming down from the national south and up from below us, the Chathams of this world, their budgets are much higher. And at the end of the season, I've been in this game a long time, and 90% of the time there's a correlation between budget but our budget is our budget, and we've dominated for large spells a good team with a bigger budget than us. So it's not all about that, but at the end of the season, it's usually a correlation. It's 90%. So you have to work out whether we're in the 90% or we're in the 10%. Last year we were in the 10%, where we managed to fight against it and save ourselves.
And you talk about sort of quality in both boxes. I mean, we've had, I think it's now the 14th game we've conceded 2 or more goals. You're just not in a position to bring in other defenders or other defensive midfielders.
It's not for the want of trying, and as I said, we've got one on loan today. Casey was excellent and could have scored 2 goals, scored 1, but it becomes an issue when you talk with them. I know the players, I know all the ones we could have in theory, but then you get to the point where they want to come, they like working for me, they like how we play, like what we're about, but then how much money, and then we fall short. And
the
the competition's really tough from that.
Yeah, and also a lot of Step 4 teams spending money, so there's other places to go. But at the end of last season, you came in and did really well keeping us up, and you brought in a lot of loan players and were kind of creatively building a squad from scratch almost at the back end of the season. Why has there been less dipping into cheap, free loan players from various sources?
Well, again, it's not for the want of trying. I think you made a good point about Step 4 clubs close to us having bigger budgets, and we suffered a little bit with that. That's harder. There has been a bit of that, but there's a lot of good things with this squad. We can talk about budgets all we like, but we're still very competitive every single game. We're just not falling over the final hurdle in terms of getting the points. I think we've left a lot of points out in the field, and usually that's about both boxes. But it's not for the want of trying. It's just it's a hard job this year with the level of the league.
Has that been a surprise to you or the board that this season would have been even harder than last season with the same budget?
It's not a surprise, and I know the deal, and I work hard trying to fight against it, really hard, and we all do. We all know the situation.
But what is the situation? What is the deal? Because before the last couple of seasons, Kay's ambition was never just to stay at Step 3. It was mid-table, go for the playoffs. There's been a kind of shift in the last 2 years where we're being told, let's just stay at Step 3. I mean, what's the target this season? Let's just try and stay up.
Well, with the budget we've got, that can be the only target to start with, and I think it's the same for most clubs in this league. We're not Hornchurch or Billericay, anyone like that who would expect and want to go up. We try and do the best we can. So I knew right from the start, once I realised what the budget was, that it was going to be hard for us. And we're talking retrospectively, but we're not done yet. We're not done. So we keep fighting like that. We get a break of the ball, we start finishing some of these chances and don't have an unbelievable keeper against us, then we're going to pick up points.
And what do you think we'd need to stay up this season?
Or points-wise?
Yeah.
I think it'd be higher than what you'd expect, so probably plus 40, I would say. So we've got work to do. We're giving ourselves a mountain to climb, or a hill to climb. But there's just under half a season to go, and I was in a worse situation when we came in last year. So as a club now, me and the board, we're talking about what we can do, I'll just keep working to the best of my ability to try and swim against the tide.
I mean, do you think there's a chance that the board will say, actually, it's pretty dangerous now, we're going to go down, we need to just invest for the next 3 months and get ourselves into a better position, or is that not an option?
I don't know. We're starting conversations about that. I know what the budget was at the start of the season. Obviously, with hindsight now, we and they understand what the league's about this year and how difficult it is. I don't know. That's a question for them. But I know what my budget is today, and I'm trying to work as best I can with that.
And new signings expected in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. There's a couple coming, you gain some, you lose some. That's what the last few weeks have been about. We've been very thin squad-wise, so we need to strengthen. I've been working non-stop to try and make that happen. So yeah, there will be a couple, and we had a couple today, three new ones today. So yeah, we need some help with strengthening.
I mean, if we do go down, do you see yourselves as staying at K's next season to try and get us back up?
I'm not even thinking about that. Obviously, I've got good experience and know how to get us back out if we got to that situation. But that's not even a thought in my head. We've got jobs to do here, and it's not lost. So we're working hard to attack each game, try and win each game, try and pick up as much points as we can, and there's still time. And that's my message.
All right. Thank you, Sam.